Leaving on a jet plane to work overseas doesn't have to be a sad song. If you plan your finances the right way, you'll be back home before you know it.
This, of course, doesn't refer to people who leave the country by choice. But for those who are contemplating working overseas or are already in the process of submitting your papers as a solution to financial constraints, consider this checklist. 1. Make an exit plan. Sit down with your family and talk about the maximum number of years that you will work overseas. Give yourself a deadline for coming home. It is crucial that this becomes a shared goal. That's because goals like this will never become a reality if you're the only one working on it. For instance, sending money home to a household that doesn't stick to a budget is like putting water in a jug full of holes. Speaking of budgets, let's go to item number 2. Come up with a budget that includes and even prioritizes money for savings and investments. Meaning, before you even think about paying the electricity and water bills, pay your future self, the one that is determined to come home when the schedule for exiting arrives. Pay your future self first by setting aside money for emergency funds. Once that basket is full, set aside money for different savings goals like the children's education, a health fund, your own home, and retirement. Only then, pay your other bills. When there's extra, that's when to consider buying gadgets or eating in fancy places. So yeah, discipline is needed. But since the whole family knows this is only for a certain period of time, the sacrifice is easier to bear. Third, set up a coming home fund. How much do you think you need to come home in 5, 10, 15 years, or whatever the number is that you used in your exit plan? What do you plan to do when you get back home? Start a business? Start a consultancy? Come back to work? Make a plan, then consider how much you need to make that plan work. Once that's done, work backwards so that you can determine how much to save per year and per month to make this happen. Fourth, calibrate your savings so that you save more every year to make your exit plan work faster. The best way to do this would be to invest the money. Plan to educate the whole family about the different ways of investing. If everybody pulls the load together, you may exceed your savings plan, who knows? With hard work and determination, especially from your family left behind, this dream can become a reality. Fifth, buy insurance. Buy the right amount and buy the right kind. That means you should buy term insurance only. It's the cheapest and the best type at this stage in your life when your need is for sufficient death benefit. How much death benefit is enough? Enough to allow your family to be worry-free for at least 3 to 4 years if your children are very young, and 1 to 2 years if your children are already independent. That insurance policy will protect your dreams by making sure that whatever happens to you, your family will not be helpless. Sixth, pay your debts. Whether these are high interest bearing or money borrowed from family and friends, pay them. Nothing feels better than being able to look them in the eye, knowing that you have not caused any of them distress.
This is not an extensive list. There are many more you can add, but it can be your starting point.
Once you've checked every item on this list, make sure you progress every month and every year. Give your family a little bonus every time a milestone is achieved. If mistakes happen, regroup, learn, and let go of the past. Focus on what can be done instead. Filipinos have great potential, whether we work here in the home country or somewhere else. We are always a great addition to any economy. Now it's time to make sure we take care of our own personal economy too, by making sure we manage our finances well. Now it's time to make sure we take care of our own personal economy too, by managing our finances well.